evening. We need a little better than that. Good evening. There we go. Welcome to 2024 Legacy of Hope. We are here. We are so excited, and I'm truly excited to be your MC tonight to celebrate 6 incredible Youth of the Year branch winners and to raise vital funds for the Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound. This is the organization's 84th year of helping kids in our immediate community to reach their full potential. It's truly going to be an amazing night because it is all about those 6 incredible youth who will be sharing speeches with you live on this stage tonight, who represent the thousands of young people that Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound serves. But we'd like to do some recognitions first. So first, if there are any elected officials in the room, could you please stand at this time so we can recognize you? With applause, yes. Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Secondly, if we have any first responders or members of our military, please stand so you can be recognized. Excellent. Thank you also for being here. I would now like to thank our sponsors for this evening. This year's Legacy of Hope sponsors are scrolling on the screens behind me and are listed in your program as well. Thank you to all of you who have invested in the clubs. We are ever so grateful. We'd like to share a special thank you to our pillar sponsors, the Dimmer Family Foundation, there we go, Forelli's Pizza, and U.S. Oil. And a thank you to our presenting sponsor, the Tacoma Stars. We thank each of you who answered our calls and requests to attend and sponsor. You will be truly proud of your investment. Let's give all of our sponsors another round of applause. It's now my honor to introduce Carrie Holden this evening. Carrie has been leading this organization as president and CEO for 6 years now. She has been a committed member of Boys and Girls Clubs with over 25 years of experience, from working for Boys and Girls Clubs of America to also working at our individual clubs. Please help me welcome to the stage Carrie Holden.
Thank you. Well, good evening. We're back again. What a wonderful night, and we're just so pleased to be able to share it with you. Welcome to our 2024 Legacy of Hope event. I can't believe it's been a whole year. Standing up here, it is truly wonderful to see so many familiar and new faces here in the room. Everyone here, and so many others outside of this room, are absolutely instrumental in helping shape the kids that you're going to be seeing a little later on this evening. You represent families, volunteers, friends, trusted partners, and community leaders from across our footprint. And again, thank you for sharing your time tonight. I know there's a lot of things to do on a Thursday night. We appreciate that you're here. Together, we accomplished an awful lot last year, and I'm really excited to share some of the highlights, the headlines, if you will. With your support, we provided over 110,000 meals and snacks to young people. Yeah, that's worth a round of applause. That's a lot of food. With your support, we also were able to work with trusted partners and unlock new innovative program delivery models. What that allowed us to do was increase the number of teens that we served last year by 57%. The other headline from that is we more than doubled the number of young people that we served, reaching more than 5,000 young people within our service footprint. Thank you. None of this would have happened without you. Also want to do a quick shout out. Will the members of our Board of Trustees and governors please stand or wave and be recognized, past and present? I want to thank each and every one of you for your leadership and guidance. I feel very fortunate to have one of the best boards in the area. They are just tremendous, with a strong legacy, so thank you. Our programs engage youth in Pierce, Kitsap, and Mason County. We serve kids as young as kindergarten, then support them through high school, sometimes a little bit longer as well, which is all good. Young people in our programs build solid relationships, make healthy choices, and plan for their great futures. I think it's equally as important they also get a chance within our programs and clubhouses to just be kids. There's been a lot of that missing the last few years, so being able to just play and enjoy being a kid in the middle of childhood is really special. Listening to the young people we serve and adapting our programs to meet their needs is a critical part of our work. 94% of our club kids shared that they're on track to graduate high school with a plan for their future. 85% reported volunteering and serving their community. The next one's a big one. We know how isolated our young people have been over the last few years. 98% of our club kids tell us they feel emotionally safe and connected to others at their clubhouse. That's so important for them right now. This is all great news, and it's a wonderful start, but there's a lot of work ahead. Our young people are saying they need more from our organization and the community. To do our part, Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound has been hard at work developing our 2028 strategic plan. We've listened to youth, families, partners, and the community, and our work will cover 3 areas. First up is building future-ready programs for success in a rapidly changing world, focusing on the areas of mental health, workforce development, and teen engagement. Next is a strong commitment to equity through listening, learning, and change. And finally, underpinning it all is developing the people and resources to increase our capacity and deliver for our youth. We're really excited about this work ahead. It's been a year and a half that we've been working on the strategic plan, and we have lots of great work in the books ready to go. But tonight, let's take a break and celebrate some amazing young people. They're sharing their powerful stories with us. Their voices are the strongest testament to the impact you have created within our club programs and a true tribute to the lives that you've helped change. Thank you for helping make each one of their stories a reality. I really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Truly so much to celebrate and so many incredible people to honor. This will be a great evening. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Mark Holcomb to help present this year's Stan Naccarato Community Service Award. A list of the many amazing individuals and organizations who receive this award are now listed on the screen. If you are one of those individuals or part of those organizations, could you please stand and be recognized? Any of our past Stan Naccarato Award winners? Yes. Excellent. Thank you all. Please welcome to the stage Mark Holcomb.
Good evening. A little note for the candidates for the Youth of the Year. I've done this a number of times. It's still mortifying to be up in front of a group. So my coach used to tell me to think of people naked, but when you have a lot of friends in the crowd, it gets really awkward. So. As mentioned, my name's Mark Holcomb. I'm an attorney with Mort McGoldrick here in town. My wife, Wendy, and I have had the privilege of being longtime supporters of the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound. And it's my honor tonight to present a very special award to 2 deserving individuals, as well as an organization. In 1992, the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound created the Stan Naccarato Community Service Award, and that was to recognize community service and dedicated volunteers. The award is named after its first recipient, Stan Naccarato. And for those who knew Stan, he loved Pierce County. He was an inspiration to all, and he spent his life working to make our community a better place. I'm proud to announce this year's Stan Naccarato Community Service Award recipients, John and Diane Dimmer, and the Dimmer Family Foundation. I've had the privilege of knowing the Dimmer family since moving to Tacoma about 36 years ago. Like Stan Naccarato, John and Diane have spent a significant portion of their lifetime making Tacoma and Pierce County a better community. For those involved in the nonprofit community, John and Diane's names are regularly mentioned. At any time, John and Diane serve on multiple board of directors for various nonprofit organizations. They have also been instrumental and played a key role in helping develop many community projects, including the Tacoma Children's Museum location at JBLM. Diane has particularly been recognized for providing services to organizations outside of board services. According to one Boys and Girls Club staff member, this is a quote, "Perhaps even more than their enduring, consistent, and generous financial support has been the many ways in which Diane has leaned in on multiple occasions to support our team. She has been encouraging and available countless times. There really isn't a way to quantify how much that means to the clubs." We also want to recognize the Dimmer Family Foundation, which was founded 30 years ago in 1993 by John Sr. and Marilyn Dimmer. John and Marilyn were lifelong Tacoma residents who also loved their community. Our hearts went out to the family when they lost John Sr. in 2021, and in May this past year, the family lost their mother, Marilyn. Mr. and Mrs. Dimmer's legacy continues in part through the foundation's work. Their son, John, who recipient of the award tonight, and their daughter, Carolyn. Carolyn, can you take a stand? Recognize? Thank you. And their daughter-in-law, Diane. They intend to continue the nonprofit organization in our community. Did you know that the Dimmer Family Foundation has given more than $15 million to nonprofit organizations in our community? Thank you, Dimmer family. Specific to the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound, the Dimmer Family Foundation has been a regular and generous supporter. The foundation has provided crucial general operating funds, sponsored events like we have tonight, and even been part of the Boys and Girls Club capital campaigns. So personally and through the Dimmer Family Foundation, John and Diane have been dedicated to investing in our community, their time, talents, and treasures. They embody the kind of community service, generosity, and compassion that helps make our community so special. Please join me in welcoming to the stage John and Diane.
Oh, wow. I can't even believe standing here. Thank you, Mark, for your incredibly kind comments, and thank you, Boys and Girls Club, for this special honor. We are truly humbled to be given this award in the name of a Tacoma legend, Stan Naccarato. And it's also humbling to stand here in front of all of you tonight when you are all heroes and champions of change in this community. I especially want to congratulate the Youth of the Year nominees. You are all truly inspiring, and if it was up to me, you would all be Youth of the Year. When I think of the 30 years that we've been making grants and involved in this community, making our community a better place has always been at the forefront of every decision. And but behind all of that is always, it gets down to the people. If we can have an impact on a life in a positive way, then we've succeeded. And we've always supported the Boys and Girls Club because I know that they truly are making a difference in the lives of kids and families. In fact, if you are a club kid or you were a club kid and you're here tonight, that's the why of why we do what we do. You are truly reward enough for us. So thank you, and thank you, Boys and Girls Club.
Truly amazing. How about another round of applause to our award winners? Thank you for all you do for the community. We really do have an amazingly supportive community, many of whom played a role in working with the 6 amazing Youth of the Year, who you will hear from later tonight. These 6 individuals have already won a competition at their respective branches. They are already winners. They have been selected based on academic success, character and citizenship, healthy lifestyles, interviews, essays, poise, and public speaking. This doesn't happen without a lot of help from not just staff, but also local companies and individuals who helped prepare these kids. Please stand when I announce your name or business. First, we have University of Washington, Tacoma for college readiness and financial aid. Comcast, yeah, we'll keep the applause going. Comcast for providing brand new laptops to each Youth of the Year. They just received them and we're so grateful. That was very generous and an amazing surprise. Christian Page for professional speech prep workshop. Shout out to Christian. Arvin Mosley for personal brand workshop. And Maddie Photo and Motion, who took all of our great photos of the Youth of the Year. Shout out to all of those. A big thank you to all the countless volunteers who helped these teens with interview coaching, essay writing, speech prep. We want to say thank you. Would all of our volunteer interview coaches in the room please stand and be recognized? Thank you. And finally, we want to thank our distinguished panel of judges who had the difficult task of selecting a winner. They reviewed application packets, conducted interviews, and listened to speeches from each Youth of the Year. Then the toughest part of all, come to a consensus on one Youth of the Year. As I introduce each judge, please stand and hold your applause to the end so we can thank them all together. First, Carla Carroll, who's the Senior Director in Government and External Affairs for Comcast. David Emmons, who's the Executive Director for Greater Kitsap Chamber. Tanisha Jumper, Chief Communications Officer for Tacoma Public Schools. Bervin Smith, Community Engagement Manager for Tacoma Police Department. And Carl Smith, Vice President of Student Affairs for Tacoma Community College. Please give them all a round of applause. In case you were wondering if these young people receive anything for all their hard work, they do. All 6 finalists tonight will receive $4,000 scholarships as Youth of the Year from their respective branches. The My Voice Award winner will receive $5,000. Third place will receive a minimum total of $5,000 as well. The runner-up will receive a minimum of $5,500, and the winner will receive a minimum total of $7,500. In total, yes, that deserves a clap too. That's at least $26,000 in scholarships that will be given out to these incredible young people. That is just part of the scholarships that club members receive each year from clubs. Over the last 20 plus years, we have had 8 state Youth of the Year winners and 3 regional winners that went all the way to the White House. How cool is that? Could all of our past Youth of the Year alums please stand and be recognized? Any past Year of the Youth of the Year, excuse me, please stand and be recognized. Excellent. Before we meet our 2024 Youth of the Year finalists, we want to recognize a few of our amazing alumni from years past. In 2015, we started our Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound Alumni Hall of Fame to highlight some highly successful and impactful people that got their start right here in our clubs. The Alumni Hall of Fame recognizes former club members who have impacted Boys and Girls Clubs and distinguished themselves as outstanding citizens in our communities. A list of those people who have been inducted to our Hall of Fame are on the screens right now. If you are one of these cherished few, please stand and be recognized at this time. All of our Alumni Hall of Fame, past recipients, yes. Yeah. Thank you. It's now my honor and privilege to introduce Rashi Wortham. Rashi Wortham is the head basketball coach at Tacoma Community College. He's an alum of the Al Davies Boys and Girls Club. He is a previous state champion as a basketball player and is one of the biggest champions for Boys and Girls Clubs and the youth in our community. Please welcome Rashi Wortham. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, take a hug. Good to see you.
Well, she made me feel old talking about state championship years ago, so happy to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow alumni, it's with great honor that I have the opportunity to introduce an elite individual into the South Puget Sound Boys and Girls Club Alumni Hall of Fame. This person has not only made a significant impact on their community, but also touched lives and people all over the world. As an alumni of the Al Davies Boys and Girls Club, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the Boys and Girls Club for providing kids with a place to grow, learn, and thrive. For me, it was the place I found community, great mentors, and had the opportunity to play and propel my love for basketball and football. The club played a pivotal role in shaping who I am and what I do today. Our inductee, Marcel Cunningham, also known as Basically I Do Work, go online and follow him, Basically I Do Work with no O, shares a special connection with the Al Davies Boys and Girls Club. I might date myself right here. I remember him walking around as a kid while I was in the gym playing. He was in there just kind of walking around, teasing people. He was hanging out like I did when I was his age. Today, however, I have the privilege of calling him a friend and family as a proud vice president of his foundation, Teamwork. I've witnessed him firsthand with his commitment of showing up for the kids, investing in their future, daring them to dream, and challenging to level up to their full potential. Both online and in person, Teamwork provides fun and interacting gaming, clubs, and workshops, focusing on mentorship, digital literacy, career opportunities, responsible gaming, online safety, bullying prevention, and in recent years, Teamwork reimagined and initiated a youth late night program to reintroduce reducing youth violence. In this city, that's very important right now, reducing youth violence. Today's youth have many of the same challenges that Marcel and I had growing up, but with the way the world has evolved, kids experience many new challenges. Teamwork strives to meet kids exactly where they are. With humble beginnings, and as an alumni of the Boys and Girls Club, Marcel Cunningham has been a pioneer in the world of video gaming and internet personalities. With millions of followers across all platforms and 4.8 million subscribers on YouTube as Basically I Do Work, Marcel has shown that with hard work, dedication, and a passion for what you do, anything is possible. He embodies the values that create that great future that we as supporters of the Boys and Girls Club hope for every single club kid. Today, we celebrate Marcel Cunningham's journey as a young kid from the neighborhood to a successful and influential figure in the online world and right here in his hometown community. It's my honor to announce the 2024 inductee to the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound's Alumni Hall of Fame. Please welcome to the stage, Basically I Do Work, Marcel Cunningham. Louder, because he gets embarrassed. He'll get embarrassed, really embarrassed.
Thank you, thank you. Whew, okay. I was really hoping that when I put my mom in charge of the nonprofit, I would never have to give a speech, but whew. So I'm gonna be looking down. The whole eye contact thing is not gonna happen. I'm truly humbled and honored to accept this prestigious award. I want to express my deep gratitude to everyone who is a part of the Boys and Girls Clubs for this incredible recognition. Hopefully this award will cover up all my unpaid membership fees, so appreciate that. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all those who have supported me personally, my family, friends, and my wonderful partner, Kristen. I'm grateful for the unwavering support from, most importantly, my mom, who does all the heavy lifting, as well as my brother, sister, and father, and lastly, Rashi, for whatever Rashi does. No, but truly, for putting up with all of us. Each of you guys play an integral role in the success of teamwork. And especially special thanks to the board of directors, volunteers, supporters, and partners. Your dedication and commitment are the backbone of teamwork's accomplishments. It truly takes a team, no pun intended, to make teamwork thrive. And I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. I often reflect of my time at Al Davies Boys and Girls Club, and it holds a special place in my heart where I engaged in every activity like football, basketball, taekwondo, pottery, and even Pokemon cards. These experiences have taught me the importance of collaboration and working together towards common goals. I learned that success in any endeavor requires each individual to contribute their best efforts and embrace the spirit of teamwork. When we launched our programs, we chose to start at Al Davies and a few other local Boys and Girls Clubs, and that decision was rooted in my deep connection to the values and lessons it taught me. As a proud club kid, I'm deeply honored to be inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame. And once again, I want to express my gratitude for this incredible honor. And let us all continue to do great work. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel, and congratulations again. Now, I'm so excited to introduce our 2023 Youth of the Year, Kalia Clavel. Yes. This young woman has been very busy since she won this honor last year, and she's here to give you an update about her life and also to help me introduce this year's youth. Kalia, welcome. Come on up.
Hello everyone. It's been so long since I've been up here. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm excited to be here to celebrate the Youth of the Year tonight. I'm just gonna go ahead and share a couple life updates since I did win the Youth of the Year in 2023. Since becoming the 2023 Youth of the Year, I've been given numerous opportunities, such as being able to volunteer at Mary Bridges Hospital for the youth. I really thought this was really beneficial for me since I want to become a pediatric RN, and And to obtain that right now, I am attending Pierce County Skills Center, which is giving me the opportunity to become a CNA in June. And I'll be able to earn my certification and either be able to work in a long-time care facility or a general hospital. And before we start with the Youth of the Year, one more thing. I did also earn the opportunity to become vice president of the senior class at my high school and also vice president of Black Student Union. Okay. Now before we introduce this year's Youth of the Year branch winners, I want to meet our candidates who get to shadow, the junior candidates who get to shadow the Youth of the Year throughout this process. This helps them prepare for when they get to be their club's Youth of the Year. Thank you to our junior Youth of the Year candidates. From our North Mason branch, we have Anastasia Acker, who was unable to make it today. And from our Lakewood branch, Alyssa Revere, who is here today. Thank you. Now let's give them all a round of applause. Okay, it's time to meet this year's finalists. Tonight we get the opportunity to hear each of their stories. Is that when the video goes? Okay. One of the awards tonight requires your participation. It is called the My Voice Award, which gives you the opportunity to select the candidate who you feel gave the best presentation, or maybe you connected with their story the best. We wanted to provide one more way to recognize a candidate and their voice and platform that this program has provided them. When the final speech is given tonight, we will share instructions on how to vote. Keep in mind that our official Youth of the Year is selected by the judges on so much more than the speech you hear tonight. The judges reviewed essays, transcripts, recommendations, and conducted in-person interviews. Now we have a short video to introduce you to our 6 Youth of the Years. Please enjoy.
Okay, well, first off, I started going to Boys and Girls Club at the age of 6. I am on my 12th year.
I have been a part of the Boys and Girls Club since the 2nd grade.
2nd or 3rd grade?
It's been about 4 or 5 years.
3 or 4 years.
I've been going to the Bremerton branch since 3rd grade.
The Boys and Girls Club is a place where community connects and dreams bubble up to the surface. The club has really helped me. It's helped me build my confidence. It also gave me a stronger mindset because of the staff I was around. I've gone through so many generations of Youth of the Years. I feel like at this point I am probably old enough to where I feel like I should want to represent my club.
The best lesson I got from my mentor is to never give up. I did Youth of the Year last year, and one thing I learned about myself is what I was going to do after high school. It was go to tech school for auto mechanics at Clover Park.
I like the fact that we do so many different things and that there's a lot of people from different places around the area and that you can see what their point of view is from different parts of life. And I've been able to make some really good friends and get some new hobbies from it.
And also just observing my mentors and how their jobs are. There's so many atmospheres in one Boys and Girls Club that you can tap into and learn from. And I honestly think it's an experience where you can truly blossom in and get to know new people and also just get to know the experiences of your community, because Boys and Girls Club opens up a lot of opportunities for that as well.
I'm excited about the Youth of the Year program because they get to learn about how to write and deliver a speech to a bunch of people.
I've been more comfortable around people. I used to be shy, but I found people who I had connections with, like playing video games or drawing or just being goofy in general. And so I kind of found my crowd. I'm really grateful for that.
I am now going to bring up each candidate to the stage to tell their story at one of a time. First up, Eliana Revere. Eliana is the Lakewood Branch Youth of the Year winner. Eliana is a junior at Clover Park High School. Please welcome Eliana.
Hello, my name is Eliana Revere. I'm a junior at Clover Park High School, and I'm representing the Lakewood Boys and Girls Club. I've been with Boys and Girls Club for 12 years. At the beginning of my club experience, I was shy. It was a new place, and I felt afraid that I wouldn't know anybody. But to every lost child, there's a staff to help them find their way. And my staff was Mr. Chad. Mr. Chad was a staff I found easy to talk with. The impact he left at Boys and Girls Club allowed me to improve my ability to communicate. And as time passed, I voiced myself with everyone. Staff like Miss D taught me to have courage in how I choose to project my voice. Her programs guided me into a love of the arts. Miss Sal helped develop my drive to serve. She pushed me to be my best self while giving back to my roots. Every child Miss D, Mr. Chad, or Miss Sal met were always welcomed as if they were one of their own. They made sure no child was left out. Growing up in that type of environment led me to have an open mind and kind heart. I view the world as inherently good because of my staff. As I've grown, my staff have taught me to appreciate my community. Even if I'm feeling negative, even though I'm just one person, I know that my actions and feelings can affect the world. Overcoming obstacles as a youth can be mentally and physically challenging as a teen today. It was August 2018, the end of my 5th grade summer at the club, and I was excited to take on the new journey of middle school. My close friend that summer was Isabella Boquette. She was in the same grade as me, and she had 2 younger siblings who also attended the club, her sister Lisa and the youngest Titus. One day that summer, there was a car accident with no survivors. Isabella, Lisa, Titus, and their mother, Erica Boquette, were all gone. I remember my mother and the rest of the staff sobbing at the news of what happened when it hit the club. I remember seeing posters made in honor of them. Being so young and losing a person who you could connect with hits you hard mentally at the age of 11. I was completely broken and couldn't show it. A few weeks passed without the Boquette family at the club, and I was finally able to crawl out of my dark shadow into a dim light. Most of the people I know struggle with mental health in some way, including me, and I know it's hard to ask for help. Therefore, I feel mental health should be more accessible to all age groups. As I've healed, I show my passion through visual arts, physical education, and sports. My love of the arts flourished when I was able to be a part of designing the Keystone hoodie in honor of George Floyd. It was a time where I felt like I could do nothing, when suddenly I was given an opportunity to create. I have been on sports teams since joining the Boys and Girls Club, and I believe that people finding joy in their health is making a difference. My plan for the future is to become a PE teacher and support my community by using my platform and position to advocate for mental health and all families. Today I am here for a reason. I am a strong-minded leader who continuously breaks through barriers of my everyday life. I will continue building and elevating my club into a better place using the powerful and courageous voice I have developed at the Boys and Girls Club. The influence of my family, my staff, and members is why I'm here today. I'm set on living a life where I can be the one who decides what future generations can look like after me. Where my story started at Lakewood, my journey continues. I am Eliana Revere, the 2024 Youth of the Year for the Lakewood Branch Boys and Girls Club. Thank you.
Thank you, Eliana. Our next candidate is Jackson Keller. Jackson is a North Mason Branch Youth of the Year winner. Jackson is a 9th grader at North Mason High School. Jackson is currently battling a rare condition known as functional neurological movement disorder. This affects his nervous system and stress responses, causing balance, vision, and breathing issues, as well as involuntary muscle tremors. He has worked incredibly hard to represent the North Mason Boys and Girls Club's Teen Youth Center. He is here with us today, but is unable to join us on stage tonight due to an increase in his symptoms. Here to represent Jackson is his mentor, Jessica Paradise, our North Mason branch manager.
Hello. Birds are the truest form of freedom. They fly without limitations. Hello, my name is Jackson Keller, and I am the North Mason Teen Center Youth of the Year candidate. I am 15 years old and in 9th grade at the North Mason High School. I have been going to the Boys and Girls Club for about 3 years. About a year ago, one of my best friends died, and it changed how I see life. It made me realize just how precious and fragile life is. I would say it gave me more motivation to be there for people. Shortly after the passing of my friend, my struggle with FND began. Functional neurological movement disorder, or FND, is a disorder that affects my nervous system and the way my brain and body communicate. Stress of any kind puts my system immediately into high alert. This causes involuntary muscle tremors, loss of balance, vision and breathing issues, and difficulty speaking, among other things. Through both of these things, I have learned new ways to reach out and help others, and also the importance of being able to accept help myself. The staff at Club have worked very hard to make sure that I feel safe and am able to stay active and have fun even when my body does not want to work right. I am confident that if I were to have any issues, or if my symptoms get too bad, the staff, as well as the friends I have made there, to help me and keep me safe until my parents can get there. I never have to worry about being teased, and they are quick to step in if they feel it is necessary. Going to Club gives me something fun and active to do after school. I look forward to the activities the staff plan for us, as well as the time I'm able to spend with my friends playing pool, hanging out, and playing various types of games such as board games, card games, and of course video games. All of these things play a vital role in my recovery, and I am grateful to the Boys and Girls Club for providing a place for this. The Youth of the Year national title would give me even more opportunities and resources to reach people who may be struggling with the same things. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thanks so much, Jessica and Jackson. Next, we have LaShawn McQueen. LaShawn is the Al Davies Branch Youth of the Year winner. LaShawn is a senior at Henry Foss High School. Please welcome LaShawn.
My relationship with the club is as important as cleats are to a football player. My name is LaShawn McQueen. I'm the Al Davies Branch Youth of the Year. Over the past 11 years, Al Davies has been more than a club to me. It is a second home. My grandma was the person who introduced me to the club. Me and my siblings grew up spending countless days at the club. My grandma would help volunteer at the club, bringing together the community and family for the annual Al Davies Harvest Dinner. To my Aunt Margaret, thank you. Thank you for supporting me day in and day out of life. You never gave up on me, and I always appreciate that. When you walk up to the club in those big blue doors, you are hit with the sound of loud voices, members laughing, and running around with their friends. It would sound like complete chaos to someone unfamiliar with the club, but to me, it's exactly what the club should sound like. I've made lifelong friendships, learned valuable lessons, and connected with many staff over the years. Throughout my 11 years, There are staffs that I connected with. There are 4 staffs that played a significant role in my life. Mr. Donald introduced me to the game of basketball. I remember doing different drills and playing many one-on-one basketball games with him. Not only did he make me love the game of basketball, but he taught me how to be a leader on and off the court. I hold one of the closest relationships still to this day with Miss Lori. Miss Lori supported me and my family. She's not only the cook, but she's someone I can go talk to about anything. Still to this day, she is close to my family and still continues those check-ins. Miss McKenzie has also been there for me and my family. She pushed me in school, and she supported me through my Youth of the Year journey over the past 3 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Miss Sunshine has also been there for me and my family. She supported all of us, and she never gave up on me. I thank you for seeing the potential in me. While I was at the club, you have a variety of programs to participate in. I remember the first program I participated in was flag football out of Davies. Going from playing flag football at the club to getting involved and playing for my community. My passion is to get involved helping my community. At the club is where I got my interest of helping my community, participating in programs like Passport to Manhood with the Omega fraternity and the Alpha Mentorship. I will always be, I don't know. After I graduate from Henry Falls High School, I'm going to Clover Park for auto mechanics. I will always and forever be a lifetime member at Al Davies. My name is LaShawn McQueen. I'm the Youth of the Year.
Thank you, LaShawn. Next is Mo Jensen. Mo is the D.A. Gagne Branch Youth of the Year winner. Mo is a sophomore at the School of Industrial Design, Engineering, and Art. Please welcome Mo.
Always assume positive intent. Hi, my name is Mo Jensen. I'm currently a sophomore at the School of Industrial Design, Engineering, and Art, also known as IDEA High School, and the Youth of the Year for the D.A. Gagne Boys and Girls Club. I started going to Gagne in 2016 because it's the most affordable option and in a better location. And in 2018, my brother started going there too. 2016 was the year I switched schools and I started getting bullied. They teased me for everything, from having a speech impediment and wearing glasses to what I wore and how I acted. This led to me becoming more self-conscious and scared of what others would think of me. Being the new kid at the club, I thought I would get bullied, but I wasn't. Everyone at the club was new and understood that feeling. Participating at the club brought me out of my shell and allowed me new experiences and a chance to make some friends. This led to new confidence in myself and felt comfortable in what made me, me. Assuming positive intent in all things and in all actions creates a feeling of positivity. This has allowed me to transition into a much more understanding and positive person. As I started going to IDEA, it became a lot harder to get to Gagne. In the beginning, I made it my mission to find a way to get to the club. Even walking a mile in the cold and the rain, in the heat and the snow, even in 5-inch platforms, I always made it to club. As I got older, my mom started trusting me to take the city bus. Even with multiple almost missed stops, mean school bus drivers, and broken buses, I always made it to club. Being the oldest in the teen room and having a way to get home, I still choose to go to the club. It's a place where I don't have to worry about anything. I can just vibe, hang out, have fun, and do things I enjoy. Snack and dinner is always a happy addition. My plan after high school is to attend UW-Tacoma and to study to become a graphic design teacher at my current high school. IDEA has had such a big impact on me, From teaching me how to design, weld, and test out sign brackets in metal shop, to learning how to use Adobe products to create posters and patents, to even being able to teach elementary schoolers how to make a simple wooden box. Through my experiences at the club and at school, it has inspired me to be the impact I have experienced and to be the example of being your true self, standing up for others, and standing up for what you believe in, thus celebrating each person in their true, authentic selves. I am Mo Jensen, and I am the 2024 Youth of the Year for the D.A. Gagne Boys and Girls Club, and to all, a good night.
Thank you, Mo. Next up, Rhea Richardson. Rhea is the Milgard Family Eastside Branch Youth of the Year winner. Rhea is a sophomore at the School of Arts. Please welcome Rhea.
Namaste. मेरा नाम है Rhea Richardson. In Hindi, this translates to hello. My name is Rhea Richardson. I'm representing the Milgard Family Eastside Boys and Girls Club, and I am a sophomore at the Tacoma School of the Arts. Now, I distinctly remember my first day at the Boys and Girls Club, and it began with a promise. Don't worry, I got you, your family. Miss Shia accompanied this with a hug full of warmth and assurance. This promise has been kept, and I envision it will for the future. I originally came to club to become more involved in the community and learn how to become an effective and passionate leader. Since 6th grade, I've grown to become a caring, aware, and innovative young woman of color through programs such as Torch Club, Keystone, and even junior staff. I am immensely grateful for the opportunities I've had access to, and I acknowledge and appreciate how they've shaped me over the years. Because the Boys and Girls Club is like tanzanite, a rare and precious gem. Nowhere else could display such beauty and uniqueness. As an active youth leader within our community, I strive to promote seamless communication, fresh ideas, and relationship building. Shout out to the Eastside Branch for overflowing with beautiful cultures and timeless memories, two things I value the most. I am vocal about issues that affect our greater community, not only across the street, but across the seas. And I'm always willing to learn for myself and dedicate time to educate others. However, most importantly, I have an intentional love for others. 1 Corinthians 13:7 states, "Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance." This very love carries well throughout every hall and within every room at the Eastside Branch. So as National Youth of the Year, I will collaborate with youth across the nation to build a bridge of connection and communication that truly displays the needs and wants of every community. My vision seeks to foster national collaboration to deliver national change. Incorporating youth voice can provide insight within our present and future generations to have adequate resources to fuel our living and learning experiences. Because as youth, our voices speak future. I believe there are two key words that create community: communication and unity. Let all of us as a community diversify our methods of communication and transformation, from language learning to cultivating both personal and communal growth to spark change and healing collectively. Because as a community, for us to leave a legacy, we have to be the legacy. So in the words of my loving mentor, with me as your National Youth of the Year, you don't have to worry, because I got you. Here at the Boys and Girls Club, we're family. I am the Milgard Family Eastside Branch 2024 Youth of the Year. Mima Taluk Natwa Rhea Richardson Henigu Yasa Bilahuk. In Tutulo, this translates to, "My name is Rhea Richardson. Great thanks to you and to all my relations." Thank you.
Thank you, Ria. And finally, Talila Sweet. Talila is the Bremerton Branch Youth of the Year winner. Talila is a junior at Bremerton High School. Please help me welcome Talila.
I've had my battles, yeah, I still stand. Hi, my name is Talila Sweet, and I am the Bremerton Branch Youth of the Year. I started going to Boys and Girls Club since 3rd grade. For 8 years. I started going because my mom worked full-time and needed a place for me and my brother to go to. She worked really hard to support the family and get my dad insulin. I look up to my mom for her perseverance, and she inspires me to become a nurse just like her. For a time, I took a short break, and you guys are probably wondering, why did I even come back? I came back to club because I wanted to make new friends. No matter how big or small the club is, there was always something interesting to do. They had activities previously such as Smart Girls and Fairy Club, and now such as art and learning opportunities such as Money Matters and Positive Actions. In 5th grade, I had a great opportunity to go to Yellowstone National Park. The club has provided me a great chance to fly a plane for the first time, yet alone go out of state for the first time. So thank you. It was really different compared to Washington. It was dry and smelly and hot. Yeah, I see myself going there again. Anybody who's been on a trip with me probably remembers me as Sweet Tay. Club has also supported me emotionally. Last year, I lost a friend, Leon Hines. He really helped the community, yet it was really hard. Every time I walked in the same hallways that he used to walk in, it just felt weird. I didn't feel comfortable talking to the school counselors. But then Miss Brooklyn came up to me. All they had to do is ask how I was doing with open arms, and I felt like I had a staff I could trust. I am a visionary. I have ideas that I'd like to collaborate with others to bring to life. I have a dream to make a vet and hospital that functions 24 hours so all animals and people can have care whenever they need to. My name is Talila Sweet, and I am the Bremerton Branch 2024 Youth of the Year. Thank you!
Thank you, Talila. How amazing were all those speeches? Yes. I'm blown away, and I'm truly inspired by these thoughtful, intelligent, talented, and hardworking young people. In their hands, our future is very bright. As Kalia mentioned earlier, we have an audience award tonight called the My Voice Award. This is an award for who you think was the most outstanding Youth of the Year. We are all voting on this in real time. So, take out your cell phone, open a text, type in the number that is on the screen right now to send the text. In the body of the text, you will type a single number that corresponds with your vote. You either type in Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, or Y6. To vote for the candidate matched to that number. The number matches their order that they presented on stage. Then hit send. I'm going to give you a second to do that. I want to make sure we get those votes in. I see folks texting. This looks great. Excellent, thank you. We will share those results later in the program. From amazingly talented kids to one amazing adult, tonight it is my honor to introduce you to yet another successful and talented alumnus from Boys and Girls Club, Ashley Mangum. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Ashley. She's the Director of Kids Mental Health, Pierce County at MultiCare. She has an inspiring story and a true passion for supporting youth. Please help me welcome to the stage, Ashley Mangum.
Thank you so much. Can we just give it up one more time for our amazing Youth of the Year nominees? I think after the first speech, I had a table full of criers back there that set the tone, and I hope it really reminded all of us of why we're truly here today. So I just want to start with saying thank you. Albert Einstein once said, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow." As we sit and reflect on the legacy of hope and what that means to you, I thought it would be helpful to share some of the lessons I have learned from my past, what I live for today, and my ask that you continue to invest in hope for our kids and community. Growing up in Tacoma, I would never have imagined the path that would lay ahead of me in my journey of becoming a social worker. I always imagined I'd get my invitation to Hogwarts and become a famous wizard like Harry Potter, or the breakout star of the Real Housewives of Tacoma. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still holding out on that. It's not too late. We need a new franchise. However, as I started to prepare for the event today and reflecting on what I would say, it became evident that I was always prepared to end up on this path and in this work simply because it was a return on investment. Now, I got into social work so that I wouldn't have to do math or accounting. So to break it down, meaning per Google, a return on investment is how we measure the effectiveness of value compared to different investments. It was a return on investment for the community who had invested time, resources, and most importantly, hope to a child they recognize in need with the right resources and safe adults surrounding them with the potential to have a different outcome. When I think about my past, I reflect on this girl. Better not laugh, neither. I know you guys had some twists too back then. Young Ashley, and today who I reference as my inner child. When people think about the foster care system, they often feel sorry for those who have entered those scary doors. But I was fortunate to have an experience that extended my family. It added people who cared to walk alongside my mom, who did the work to overcome the tremendous circumstances that she had to endure as a young parent. I'm also happy to share many of them are sitting beside each other today like they always have done since I can remember to support their Ashley. You can clap. I know she's crying over there somewhere. This investment taught me it will truly take a whole community effort to strengthen the resilience of young people and their families. My journey with the club started in my 7th grade year, and I was again finding myself in need, struggling with housing insecurity. I was fortunate to have my bonus family open their doors and be not only my safety net, but my first connection to the Boys and Girls Club. My first couple of months at the Eastside branch, it was evident I was a new kid on the block. There were so many long-standing friendships that started from elementary school, and to truly fit in, I was gonna have to be, in my opinion, one of the top female basketball players of my generation. And it was not gonna be an easy task. After joining camps, joining a basketball team that couldn't come up with a more creative name than Kim's Restaurant, late night practices, and one very unfortunate black eye, I ended up meeting my goal in getting that win, making a new best friend who would help me into my transition to middle school, high school, and still one of my closest friends today. I also had my first job at the Boys and Girls Club, and I honestly think my leadership style came from my summer being junior staff. There is something about wearing a uniform with the big letters staff on it that builds confidence, patience, problem solving, and resilience in a room full of elementary kids. This investment taught me the importance of trust, responsibility, and doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So while we're talking about investments, I don't want you to forget that tonight you can make an investment in our youth of today, the future of our community, and when you really think about it, who you needed back when you were a youth to allow you to sit at your table today. I want to point out there are envelopes on your table. I was told to pause so that you could grab them. And for those who have not written a check in many, many years, we're gonna have some instructions as well on the screen where you can actually text your donation. So the voting that you did before was really just practice to get us here. And I'll pause for the instructions. While we're waiting for those instructions to come up on the screen, I also thought it'd be a fun game that every time I say the word investment, you add a 0 to your donation. And we'll just see how that goes. If they're not available on the screen, does somebody have them written down somewhere? They're on the table. Oh, there's on your table. Okay. Power of the pivot. They're on your table, those instructions. They're not on the screen. They seriously told me to pause right here. So you can scan here to make a donation. And again, or an investment, as we like to call it, add that 0 on your tables. All right. So when I got to high school, there was an amazing opportunity to pursue a scholarship from the College Success Foundation that would provide funding for a bachelor's degree. The program provided a mentor that would help complete college applications and truly prepare us for success after high school and obtaining a bachelor's degree. My mentor was Wally Endicott, another Boys and Girls Club legend. He was the director of my branch, and even though I didn't attend the club at the time, he still volunteered his time to provide mentorship and guidance to help me reach my full potential. That was another investment in me from my community. I ended up getting that scholarship, and I had the amazing opportunity to attend Eastern Washington University, where I would major in social work and then pursue a master's at the University of Washington. While at the UW, I got to participate in the Child Welfare Training and Advancement Program to give me the skills to become a social worker in the child welfare system, which to me was, you guessed it, a return on investment. Throughout my education and career, I started to learn more and more about adverse childhood experiences, better known as ACEs, and how they can be strong indicators of what your experience as an adult can be. For those who have not heard of ACEs, ACEs are potentially traumatic events that occur in childhood. They can include experiencing or witnessing violence, abuse, or neglect in the home or the community, and aspects of a child's environment that can undermine their sense of safety, stability, and bonding, such as growing up in a household with substance or mental health problems. Learning about ACEs and how ACEs are linked to chronic health problems, mental illness, and substance use problems in adolescence and adulthood, I started to question what was different about my journey. And the common theme I started to reflect on was community, and how my earliest childhood memories included foster parents, teachers, coaches, Boys and Girls Club staff, and many more safe adults who wrapped their arms around my family and me when we needed a safety net and hope that life can be better. Today, as the Director of Kids Mental Health Pierce County at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital, I often see youth and families in crisis who are looking for that safety net and to help our young people to be well in their homes and communities. The CDC estimates that as many as 1 in 5 children and youth may experience a mental health disorder every year. That rate is even higher for our children and youth of color, our LGBTQIA+ children and youth, children living in rural areas, and children and youth with intellectual and developmental disabilities. While the needs continue to expand and the care continuum and workforce are not able to meet those growing demands, it is evident that we will need more youth programs like the Boys and Girls Club that can address prevention through programs like Teen Mental Health First Aid, which teaches teens in their grades 10 through 12 how to identify, understand, and respond to signs of mental health and substance use challenges among their friends and peers. In 2023, the Boys and Girls Club was able to partner with other community programs to integrate this program into school districts and was able to train over 800 young people. So again, as you are reaching for those envelopes and scanning the codes on your tables, as you reflect on your investment, I challenge you to think of your inner child. Reflect on the who and what you needed as a young person to feel seen, safe, and heard. The reality for many of our young people today is that place will be the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound. As I mentioned at the beginning of our time together, a return on investment is how we measure the effectiveness or value of an investment compared to different investments. As you're considering how or what you can invest tonight, I want you to think about the different investments we may have to consider if we don't continue to support programs like the Boys and Girls Club. When I think about those alternative and costly investments, I think about how we would continue to have to invest more in long-term foster homes, out-of-state placements for our kids, and the harsh reality of what we've been seeing on the news and what some of our young people shared with us today, more funerals for lives that didn't get the chance to live. So in closing, I want to leave you with the words of Michelle Obama. You may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all the world's problems at once, but don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take a life of its own. Tonight, let's invest in hope. Thank you.
What a wonderful story. Thank you, Ashley. How about another round of applause? Excellent. I just want to remind you, if you filled out the envelopes, to please leave the envelopes at the table, and the staff will pick them up after the event. Or if you scan the QR code, you're all good to go. Thank you to all of the individuals and organizations who contributed this evening. You are investing in the futures of youth like those you heard from tonight, the future leaders of our next generation and our community. Now, it's time for the My Voice Award announcement. This is the one you all voted on. Kalia, please join me to hand out this award, please. Yeah, how about a round of applause? The backstory behind this award is that these kids worked so hard, and we wanted another opportunity to recognize their talents and dedication. So drum roll, please. And the winner of the My Voice Award, Mo Jensen. And then if you want to grab that.
I want to thank you all. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mo. How about another round of applause for Mo? Excellent. Okay, we are now ready to announce the official 2024 Youth of the Year. I would like to welcome back to the stage Boys and Girls Club President and CEO, Carrie Holden, and our board chairwoman, Carrie Mantle.
Wow, what an incredible group of young people. I have to say it totally makes my heart happy. And it makes me optimistic for the future, as I know you all are going to do amazing things for your community, for yourself. So congratulations again to all of you. I want to again thank the Dimmer Family Foundation for all of your support and the Dimmer family. Congratulations, Marcel, on being inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame. Ashley, thank you again for sharing your story, and we are so pumped to have you on board. I would also like to do a special shout out. We have a lot of programs and a lot of facilities, and we really couldn't do it without our amazing staff. And I would like to recognize those staff that really helped the Youth of the Year on their journey. It's a lot of extra work for them, but we know it's a worthwhile investment. And again, we couldn't do what we do without all of our staff. You are truly amazing. Thank you. I want to thank you all here tonight for joining us to listen to these inspiring stories that truly reflect the impact we can have on our youth every day. And I know you will leave here confident in your investment in these great futures. I am truly honored to be part of this organization and this amazing community that continues to rally behind our youth and ensure that they are successful. So thank you. And with that, I hold the envelope. So this is what we're all waiting for, right? The 2024 Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound's Youth of the Year, who will go on to represent us at the state level. And the Youth of the Year is Rhea Richardson. Rhea Radisson. I can't talk. I knew I was going to mess it up. Congratulations, Rhea.
I want to say thank you. I'm truly honored to, I had this whole thing, like, I would have said something scripted, but now I just have to do it originally. So thank you so much. I have to, give it up to God for getting me here today and for the opportunities I've had access to. And I want to shout out the Boys and Girls Club staff, Miss Shy, Miss Bridget, and all of the other staff who helped make Youth of the Year possible. I'm so immensely grateful for you. And I have to shout out my family, my sisters and my mom. They're here today. And I thank you so much for your love and support. Miss Farron, I know you're in the room today, and I just want to appreciate you as well. And I want to most importantly thank all of the other Youth of the Years, because truly, we did it, you guys. We did it. So thank you for choosing me to help leave a legacy. So let's leave this legacy together. Let's go be it.
Another shout out and congratulations to Rhea. So exciting. Excellent. I want to thank you all so much for being here tonight. This concludes our Legacy of Hope 2024 event. Just a reminder to please leave your donation envelopes on your tables, and designated staff will be by to pick those up. We could not make this deep and meaningful impact on this many youth in our community without you. It's truly been my honor and privilege to serve as your MC tonight. I wish you a great night and a great weekend. Thank you.